Good morning, ma'am. I am Ananya. Today, my seminar on procedural and object-oriented programming. What is procedure-oriented programming and what is object-oriented programming? What are the difference between procedure-oriented programming and object-oriented programming? These are the contents. Procedural programming. In procedural programming, the code is divided into modules, means the code is divided into functions. The code is executed step by step and it follows the top-down approach. Uh, in procedural programming is a pro- procedural programming is a method of writing software. Means programming is writing a set of instructions, writing program made of a functions of perform specific task. Procedural procedure simply has a functions that performs a specific task. Procedures also known as methods or functions. In procedure-oriented programming, there is no encapsulation and reusability. In procedural programming, the data items are commonly passed from one procedure to another procedure. Object-oriented programming. In object-oriented programming, we are mainly focused on the creating the objects. The objects contains data and programs. The object means entity that contains data and procedures. Entity means which is having specific characters. And data in the form of properties, also known as attributes, and code in the form of methods, also known as procedures, functions. Methods perform operations on the data attributes. Mainly, object-oriented is to design program using classes and objects. One of the popular approaches object-oriented programming to solve a programming problem is by creating objects. And data is also known as attributes and columns, fields. The examples are object, student ID, name, marks. These are the examples for object. It has two characteristics. State of object. Behavior defines task and task that behavior are the task that object can perform. Here, car is an example. Car, for example, car is an object. Name, price, color as the attributes. Braking, acceleration as the behavior perform the object task behaviors. And another example, we can take another example. Person, a person's attributes are name, age, and behaviors. A person can run, walk, a person can eat. Data attributes, these are the columns, fields, or we call as columns, fields, and methods that operate an object attribute. Data attributes. Object contains data attributes and methods. In OOPS, we have encapsulation, abstraction. In Java, we call as abstraction. In Python, we call as data hiding. Encapsulation. Encapsulation is the combining data code into single object. And data hiding refers to objects, data attributes are hidden from code outside the code, outside the object. When 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 objects data attributes are hidden from outside the code, access restricted to the object methods and user may not know about the internal structure of the object. These are the difference between object-oriented programming and procedure-oriented programming. It is object-oriented programming follows top-down, bottom-up approach, and procedure-oriented programming follows top-down approach. An object-oriented program is divided into objects. In procedure-oriented program is divided into functions. In object-oriented, access modifiers are public, private, protected. We can use access modifiers. In procedure-oriented programming, we does not use access modifiers. It is more secure in object-oriented. It is less secure in procedure-oriented programming. And encapsulation is support for object-oriented. It is does not encapsulation does not suffer for procedure oriented programming. Productivity means the outcome. Outcome is high in procedure object oriented programming. Outcome is low in procedure oriented programming. In object oriented programming, examples are C++, Java, Python. These are the examples. In procedure oriented programming, Pascal, C are the examples for procedure oriented programming. Mhm. Thank you.